Are you guys there? Marco?
Hi, we are here.
Polo.
What's going on? That was silky smooth.
That wasn't bad.
From one dream team to another.
It's good to know everyone's improved a lot over the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And, here we are. This is Inferno. And, yeah, I do think it'll be a little bit closer. It has to be. Come on, let's be honest. You can't really have 2 maps like that in a row. It would be an abysmal way to start the event and pretty much set the standard for the entire week. It's one thing to reset between maps in a series. It's another thing to get blown out of a series entirely.
Yeah, I think I agree with Sean. I think 1610 is about the place he'll be heading towards. Liquid are pretty amazing on Inferno, but like we said, it's a map that almost every team plays at this point. There shouldn't be a battering here. I didn't quite catch how the knife run went down, but whoever
NRG won it, I believe.
So that'll be on the CT side, but they're not on the server just yet, so we might have some time here to fill. I felt like the guys over there were kind of rushing to get to us, but there was no real reason to. But we are here to do our analysis now. Start the whole thing again, perhaps. It's probably going to take... Oh, are we fine?
You might have the wrong server. No, IP. No, you don't. You don't.
No,
we saw the knife round down there. So
we can start. We'll start a new analyst section here.
I like it. I did always say that I was an analyst.
Or an analyst.
That's what I was implying, but you said it, not me.
We'll get into Inferno. So
I don't use controversial words.
You don't. That's absolutely true. NRG starting on the CT side here, we assume. We need to see more from Cirque. That was a massive issue on Cash. That was a map I even said going into that one. He's going to manhandle these guys. He's going to show us how good the AWP is. So aggressive, so dynamic, but got nothing done at all. Was very, very quiet. Had one round, we got 2 frags, and was just a very standard B-hold. I think that's about as exciting as it got. But for now, it will be... Presumably, Nitro brings out the AWP a lot more on the CT side. We didn't see it really at all from him on Cash, so he'll be bringing that out more and more as time develops. But watch out for Nafly. He is one of my favorite B players right now. He is absolutely sick. Him and Alige have this great understanding of how B should be played in terms of the banana area on the CT side. Great aggression, smoke down towards TCF pretty much every round. They're so good at challenging for the frags, going for the boosts, and just trying to get the early information, the early advantage. T sides do like to challenge him, but if you've watched their demos, I feel like the best way to just go against them is just to not challenge at all, then try and go in with your utility afterwards. If you try and go toe-to-toe, they're too good at the incendiaries, the smoke, especially when they're fully established with the rifles and all the utility they need. Looks like with the high fives are coming in, so we might have the wrong IP. I think we might be absolutely fine here. We will see. My go-to is not working at all, so we'll just have to hope and the system is working.
It's fine. The system, are we still doing that simulation joke thing that Anders wanted us to do?
I don't think so. I haven't heard from that for a while.
Good.
That died off.
Yeah,
I wasn't really ever a fan of that.
Yeah, me neither. But, sometimes if it was, real and you don't want to mess with the guy that runs it, so I just went with it.
True. Well, Matthew, I hope you're ready. It's Inferno.
Yeah.
It's a crowd pleaser, a fan favourite, and we'll be into round number 1 here, and it is going to be underway. 2 flashbangs. I was about to say smokes, but here we go. Breezy coming in the back. He's going to find absolutely everyone here, but he can't get the headshots just yet, but Cirque certainly can.
Exactly.
He was backing him up, and it looks like a CT round. Done and dusted, bomb down, Taco. You can't do anything about this, can you?
You can say done and dusted because Dust is back. Fugly, top of Banana, now will take his turn to fire. And you're right, Cirque backed him up perfectly in the fact that Breezy was in behind, but a well-executed pistol. Their first of the series now puts us 2-1. They did not win any on Cash, as implied, but also their first lead in a game as a result.
It's much better for them. That's what they needed here, and should hopefully solidify their chances of posting decent numbers here on the CT side of Inferno. Got absolutely wrecked on Cash, but looking to rectify things here. As we'll presumably see the force bite from the terrorist force. If you don't get that bomb down, you're almost certainly going to bring out the Tech 9s. Tech 9s? What year am I in? The Deagles, the CZs, not the Tech 9s anymore, Matt. But no armor, so trying to keep their money relatively healthy here. There will be an HE grenade thrown towards Fugly. Doesn't do too much damage, but Taco certainly takes a lot. Down to 42 points of health here. That grenade will bounce off and catch the players try to boost up towards the window. Not much chance of the armor, I'd say, for Liquid. It's going to take something quite phenomenal to open things up here, but if ever there was a man to do it, Nitro probably would be it. Narrowly misses out on the first shot there, but does get information as to where Daps is, but that would actually lead into his grave. 5 versus 4 now. That should be the round, considering they've got no utility, really.
So smoke still exists at the doorway from the library, or excuse me, from the apartments as we look to the library from Taco swinging around. Great first shot to Fugly. Twist out over the top, takes down Breezy, but Cirque immediately responds from on top of the sights. Only for 2. Naf getting 1 further kill, doesn't commit to try to get a bomb down and inject further money toward Liquid. Instead, he tries to fight his way out of it. 2-0 for NRG. Bit of investment lost, but they're still surviving with 2 rifles carried over. An M4 and a FAMAS.
Deagles again for Liquid. Not really much they can do with this one, Matt, but NRG Much better start here, I have to say. They do have the FAMAS, the MP9 for Dabs. He can farm some cash here. See him purchase that quite a lot. He's doing that on cash as well. Maybe a bit of a favourite of his as he sets up for his teammates to go for a little bit of a hunting mission towards the top of B. They are going to be pushing down the grenades down towards T steps. Don't inflict too much damage. But at this point, they don't need to hunt for kills or anything. They can just hold up. Objective if NRG is keep 5 players alive at all costs and deny the bomb going down. Liquid, quite the opposite. They just want to try and get that plan down any way they possibly can. It all starts here, though. Taco with the Desert Eagle was one of the top fraggers on cash, and we'll see if we can get anything done here. A couple of opportunities slip by the wayside as Circle open things up. Taco down to 30 HP. Probably be taken down here. Indeed, he is. And it will be a 5 versus 1 as Nitro is left alone. Very simple procedure here. It will be Nitro to get 1 kill, though. And we go to the first gun round here. They should have plenty of money on the T side. Remember, they didn't force buy in that second round. Going against the grain almost. They'll have full utility, 5 AKs, maybe even an AWP. I doubt it at this point in the game, but you never know. Let's can you screen that? As we'll see, Zeus behind his team. Nothing to really be worried about at this point. If you're just joining us, it's a Swiss format, best of 3. Arguably the best format if you have the time to do it. It definitely gives you the best test of who is going to be winning the tournament, who's going to be looking very good. It's not just so random when you get this one map and you get to see a team get towards the playoffs straight away after winning a couple of best of ones. There's Taco working towards the apartments here. Elige will be with him. That's what we call the default. Just going through your flight paths. Players working towards banana, apartments, push those CTs back, make sure there's no aggression coming in. You want to try and hold on to the utility best you can. As they do get B control, the CTs have allowed them to have it. Remember, Daps have got the MP9, so can't really challenge that area. He'll be there with Ethan, who's got the M4, and he's very, very good with it, so watch out for him.
Nitro toward the top of Banana. Meanwhile, Taco will try and enter, as he so often does, and again, will do so for Liquid toward the top of Banana. Liege will play off of that information. Bomb leading toward the A site as well. Standard setup on defense in that it's a 3-2 split between the sites. The difference being no one directly toward the archway. They wanted to go for that double position trade potential off the initial op shot, which we saw fired, but it didn't transpire in that direction. And then, obviously, the subsequent play on that is fall back, as they have done, and rotate Cirque closer to where the arch and library position exist. So a bit of a change to try and get an offside kill, if you will. Fugly does well to climb up on the box and catch off Taco. That'll encourage them to go back over, or at least persuade them to go back over toward B. Daps waiting inside of the smoke. MP9 could be well positioned with that gun. Flash timing is excellent, and he's going to be sitting in the open. Still, Ethan manages to get 1 kill immediately on an AF, and Twist recovers, responding by taking down those who took, or rather avenging those who took down his compatriot. Bomb planted default, and a 3-3 situation with 1 and, well, I take it back, 3 kits. I was going to say 1 kit close to the site, but they're all there now as they rotate over. Elige still sitting, flashed off nicely, killed from Fugly, but Twist able to respond.
This is going to be quite difficult now for NRG. AWP on the retake, far from ideal, and that's all will be left as well. Molotov out, Cirque. I was about to say, you need to fall back here. He's got no chance of winning the round at this point, especially that Molotov down. Not going to survive. It's the first gun round going in favor of Team Liquid after losing the first pick as well. Got a little bit dicey for them. I thought that MP9 was going to cause a buttload of damage as Daps was waiting there. Couldn't get it off, but Ethan was jousting towards CT Spawn, managed to get at least 1. But overall, Twist, as usual, getting a job done with the AK-47, hitting the headshots. And here's the replay, I'm sure, of that particular play. Here it is. So he finds the first, and then as soon as he takes out Ethan, that's the round over, in my opinion. Cirque on the retake didn't really stand a chance. It was a good retake in terms of the ruins area from Fugly with a decent flashbang to find Elige, but nice trades. And we 3-1, and the money is running rather thin for NRG. You're going to see Cirque on the CZ, Fugly, MP9 again, and a couple of FAMASs, just 1 real rifle in the form of that M4.
Liege does spot Cirque, can't get the timing right. Pretty straightforward. Late nades do a bit of damage to Nitro as he's forced back on 68. Inquisitive on either side of the map, but no assertion yet in either direction. Really lead as well as Cirque backs off towards Speedway. He Works back toward the arch, but he's certainly considering the fact that he's going to be required on B, and he's going to find that out now as the nades come in, and he'll start sprinting. Not be fast enough, though. His teammates may be gone by the time he gets there. Dap smoked off, backs away at least to keep himself alive, but an entry successful thus far from Liquid.
And that's going to be cool for a save, I think, as they'll have to hold on to the FAMAS CZ. It's the most logical call at this point. You haven't got any utility for the retake. You've already lost that first pick. Liquid are fully established with the bomb down. You have nothing really to work with. If you save all this weaponry going to the next round, you can still use it. The CZ FAMASs, for example, you still get money on the CT side. So all things considered, this is absolutely fine. And NRG will give up another round. Get $1,900 into the next. So not only will they save the weaponry, they'll actually bring out more utility with the FAMASs and such into the next one. You can see the MP9 there for Fugly as well. He's also got the defuse kit. Breezy already with an incendiary grenade. Round over, Liquid starting to make their mark here on Inferno. But will all 4 players survive? That's a question. We are lacking the Go TV on our side, so I can't really track them for you. Elise will get 1. That's Fugly that goes down. And that's all that will happen as well. So there we go. It's a little notebook there for Nitro, just making sure he remembers all the strategies they've got. Any bits and pieces about his opposition. I'm sure some tendencies will be on there. What they do, where maybe Cirque likes to pick with the orb. And we'll be getting to the next round here. 3 players survived. I don't think they were forced into this one. They'll probably just get some PT50s to go for Fugly. And Ethan, he'll just get 1 flashbang, in fact. So should be Team Liquid tying things up, but you never know. 2 rifles into any round are always going to be a little bit dangerous.
Twist bottom side of middle. So momentum certainly shifting away from NRG already, despite the pistol round win and the early lead. Stack to be. Breezy alone. Breezy with one of the 2 rifles as well. If he gets aggressive, to some extent, maybe finds a pick, he could encourage them to run back toward B, and then they would work toward that stack. Unfortunately, as it sits right now, they're going far away from it, and that will be the case because they've already cleared off the mid wall. 2 smokes down, flash out toward the site, and even if they go far enough and Breezy gets a kill, they're committed at that point in time, so the stack's going to have to rotate, and they completely surround him. My goodness, that was a good camera angle to actually show how many guns were aimed in his direction. He had no chance at all, and Nitro gets the kill, but it could have been any of them.
It's another round where 4 players try to save their weapons for NRG. Cirque might get this kill, though. Nice work with the CZ. It's up to Twist to try and defend the weapon, but it's already been taken away. Cirque grabs it with 12 HP and holds towards that corner position. Twist probably goes down here. Certainly does. Cirque will just get the hell out of there, as he knows he's very low and very vulnerable. As Taco out, making his way towards middle. I think he'll probably be dropped as well. Great position from Ethan to potentially get a kill here with the USP. His teammates can bait him in somewhat, but Taco decides to fall back. He's got more to lose than they have. 3 rounds in a row, though, for Liquid. They won the pistol. This could have been disastrous for NRG, but they still have a couple of AKs brought into the next round and a FAMAS. That's not too bad at all. As the game continues here, money's starting to get to a pretty impressive place for Liquid after winning 3 in a row. You can see everyone hovering around the 6K mark. Absolutely fine, especially when you've got 3 players surviving the previous round. They'll rebuy everything they need at this point. Twist had to go for all the grenades and the AK as well. Leaves himself on 1,600. All power for Cirque here. He's actually on 9 kills so far. We haven't really seen a proper gun around him kicking off, so we'll see whether he can start finding those picks and live up to that superstar moniker he's been given. As we get into Ethan's position with the AK-47, can't find anything as the Flames take him down to 86.
Deep smoke after the Molotovs is going to clear out Banana and allow NRG to finally take some control. They haven't been too aggressive with Banana throughout the course of this CT campaign, so AWP and Ethan on an AK. Carried over from the previous. Not too bad, considering we sit 3-3 and they managed to get 2 AKs off of it. You mentioned Ethan's now stuck in behind the bags, jumping over. Twist somehow gets away with that. Slow reactions for Ethan. I don't think he was fully expecting the jump to get him on top of the bags, rather just to peek him and be ready for the swing. Liquid will take it. 1-man advantage, back off, and now put pressure elsewhere. No early rotation from NRG as they might have been hoping, though, with this play. Closer to the bin wall. Bait and switch potential for Daps and Fugly. Breezy wants in on it as well. Molotov still exists outside of the boiler doorway. Flash caught 2, put them toward the mid-wall. They hugged under BMW, but it's Daps that has to get this right, and the Flash double-checked, double-take from Nitro as he looked away too soon, but still the vision was gone. Fugly finding a response, and then he gets 2 for 1, but him down and leaves the pressure on Breezy. Breezy's got bomb. Breezy's got more than that. He finds a lead, steps out too far, not knowing Nitro also wrapped around. It brings us to a one-on-one. Cirque's AWP.
Ooh, this is going to be a very problematic situation for Cirque. He doesn't really know where Nitro is. It has to hold the angle, and hopefully Nitro will outplay himself. Could be happening here, and there it is. It will be Cirque to come out on top in the 1 versus 1. Close round, but he does win it. So Nitro unable to close it out, but only 1 player surviving for NRG does make things a little bit problematic going forward. They are going to get $3,500 per player, but is that going to be enough? Cirque can presumably drop 1. There'll be a mixture of M4s, FAMASs here, maybe a UMP or 2. We'll see what they go for. You can see Daps, 3,500 has to be dropped the weapon. Cirque down to the CZ, he's obviously got the AWP on the floor, so it's not too bad, all things considered. We'll have a look at the utility as we get into the next round and see whether they are fully equipped here. But 4-3 need to avoid that reset at this point. So you can see, yeah, Breezy, low on it, and only have 1 smoke and incendiary. Everyone else is okay, but the reset potential is quite daunting at this point. Cirque waiting for the flashbangs towards middle, that's why he faces towards the arch. NRG up 4-3. This is Liquid's pick. After getting destroyed 13-2 in the first half of Cash, they're looking to bounce back here on Liquid's pick. Have a look as to whether this flashbang from Ethan can find the frag they're looking for. It's going to happen though, and once again, it's the AK-47s of Team Liquid that absolutely decimate NRG. It's this T side, it's just too difficult to handle. So much talent and potential on the Liquid side that you can't really challenge in those positions. I think you're better off just playing defensively using the crossfires instead of taking them out straight up duels because they're not missing many shots today.
Go to work. Into the apartment, Cirque still behind the half wall, will have support. Double pit position post plant, not uncommon. We'll see if Liquid can sort it. Especially in that the AWP is definitely going to be wanting to save, and they've already cleared out middle and the apartment, so pretty obvious there should be 2 here. They don't necessarily need to commit to this, but they'll force Cirque out anyway. Twist with the first, takes the AWP down. Breezy's already been spotted by Elige, which means he can't just run over to grab that gun late, and there's further pressure. So round already done, that much is obvious. Liquid's going to take it. It's all just jostling for economy at this point in time, and Fugly seems that he will get the AK, but the op lost.
Yeah, but certainly worth chasing for those kills there. You can see how detrimental that's been for NRG going into this round. They're going to force buy it. You can see as the odds certainly... Oh, this is a win around... Okay, irrelevant. Don't worry about it. We'll get into this round. I'll continue where I was. I thought I was going to help them out for shout out, but that's something completely different. CZs and the AK, they'll have to force buy into this one. It'll be double eco regardless. With the smokes, flashbangs, there is 3 HE grenades. They could have thrown those down middle. They're actually going to be holding up and maybe trying to wait for a commitment from T-Lick before going in. This is a straight up B rush, but the looks of things. Just to be going in. Ethan with the good nade, though that could cause some damage. Actually does a lot. Elige down to 55. Ethan now will have to try and do what he can with the CZ. Not an ideal position for it, but certainly making things uncomfortable for Liquid here.
Ethan nowhere to go in all the flames. 2 Molotovs down. Did his utmost to put a smoke into turn. Extinguished the first, but couldn't do it. Daps continuing to tap away. That damage is getting to be significant because Liquid is low on 3 players, or thereabout. I guess the lead's still about 50, but finally a kill goes their way, but it's going to stack up. Fugly finds 3, and now a real chance. Fortunately, Naf got the next one into him in return, and therefore it was only Breezy in a 1 versus 2. Solid effort, but a win for Liquid.
Force buy. Successful in one way, but not so much in many others, as they do manage to get 3 kills, but couldn't close out the round. That was a force buy with not much money coming through into the next, so it has to be the full eco here. Fugly definitely made it competitive, but unless you win those sort of rounds, the kills don't really mean that much, especially when you're full eco into the next one. There'll be a chance for Liquid to recover their economy. Nafly's still around $9,000, so they'll have to nade towards middle. That's going to rush down, and they might get 1 kill here over trade. We'll see though. Taco, there it is. There's the 1 kill they probably get. You get a second. Won't be winning this round, but that's pretty much as good as it's ever going to get. Get it over with quickly as well, that's how we like it. And it'll be 6-4 with a chance to buy again. Can Cirque bring out the orb? He can, but nothing else. And have $50 left over. So will he go for it? I'm not so sure. It hasn't exactly been a great game for him again. Still got 10 frags, but again, hasn't really done much with the AWP. That one round with Nitro, the 1v1, that was good, but we haven't really seen him dominating around as of yet. Got a few kills on the pistol and the anti-ecos as well. And he will go for the AWP. That's what we call the glass cannon. You have a lot of potential and firepower, but you're very fragile. Grenades and bullets will completely destroy you. As we get into another default here for Liquid. And you can see the CT's actively challenging here. That's a bit more like it from Cirque, a bit more dynamic. Making things happen, takes out a lead towards those apartments.
So Twist and Nitro to go. Clear the halls. Naf will set for a smoke that, as we last saw him, he's since moved and not thrown, or has he thrown? Okay, I was going to say it was set toward the arch side. Nitro to get the kill on entry, but Breeze, he's ready for the rapid. He's certainly ready for the drop. If he had found the third on Twist, it would have been round done in itself. Bomb was dropped inside a pit as a result of that, though, so an awkward position to grab it from. And the fact that there's 3 NRG players, fortunately, none of them immediately a threat to the site. As Taco gets the bomb tossed in his direction, the smoke in front of Library certainly protects, and a Molotov for insurance that covered off anyone wrapping from Boiler. That did help. The extra 2 seconds kept them from catching Taco as he retreated back to the pit. So again, across position, Twist forced out. Daps nearly gets him with a nade in his hand and will finally get the kill. A further smoke goes down, and they can't spot Taco, but they can force the issue by getting on the defuse. And Ethan, he's left in the open ever so slightly, but protected. Apparently those hay bales impenetrable as Taco goes down.
I thought Taco had a chance there. That smoke being down certainly made things a little bit tricky for an RG. And with no kit as well. If he gets that first kill, could have been his. But not meant to be. And there will be a couple of kills there to close things out. And the lead still going to be difficult for an RG to maintain here as Liquid are snapping at the heels. Money certainly going to be a factor going forward. 3 players surviving. Need to start finding consecutive rounds here. 5 to 6. Liquid, no AWP as of yet. Like we said, we talked about it in depth on Cash. They won't bring out the AWP until it's really required. I guess Cirque not causing enough damage for it to really be a problem so far. If he starts finding multiple kills and really dictating the pace of every round, that's when Nitro probably brings it out. But so far, he's been pretty quiet, so no need to do that just yet. Twist towards the underpass, uses the flashbang at first to push Cirque off so he can't have the advantage. Cirque has changed things up. He's not in the apartments this time or towards Arch, actually towards Quad. Not aggressively facing down towards T-steps, watching for any players walking up in the default. This sort of play from Taco. As he'll flash forward and try and push Cirque back again, but the flashbang was slightly off, so he can still challenge as he'll deploy his smoke any second now towards mid.
Taco does get around the corner. NRG keeping it close, 1-round game, guns back up again. Remember, Sean and you both led toward a 16-10 scoreline. Taco goes for Flower, that gets above the smoke and vision to pit, makes the jump. Not a hard jump, it is a bit awkward at times. Some people clip that wall because you don't have a lot of room to make the strafe. But he gets up there, that doesn't do much for him. He's spotted by Fugly. Breezy gets the information, goes back out to trade off Twist. They only lost Cirque in the process. Haven't been overly convincing with the AWP. Had a little more effect so far in this game as Breezy will continue to anchor off in the pit. Meanwhile, Bomb's still down toward T-steps, and it could go back toward Banana. Fugly, perfect timing. Will catch out Nitro after he had thrown the nade. And no setch time, therefore, for the Bomb in the hands of Naf to go back and catch him off. He could have done so. I would have absolutely predicted that he would have won that duel. The problem is then he leaves himself further from the B site and puts a larger task on his teammate in Elige, who's trying to get back in the site from rotating all the way through from Arch.
Well, Ethan's got his work cut out for him here, alone on the B site. Time running down, and he'll drop the frag as well. They'll have to pincer together. It's going to be Fugly towards Banana and Breezy and CT Spawn. They have got a kit, but no utility whatsoever. Lost information as to where Naf could be. They probably have a pretty good guess as to where Elige will be residing. Bomb ticking away now, and wants to play. They're going together, making a lot of noise here.
Good play from Naf. Crossfire set. Elige still not spotted. Down by Breezy. And Naf just barely gets away with it as he swings out. Good read from Naf not to take that fight as well in middle, because, if he had, it would have slowed him down. They got the bomb plant in with, or started with about 7 seconds on the clock, and they knew they had to solve the site first. It leads to the round. We go 7-5. Money's the bigger question. Yeah, okay, there's your picture. It's actually gone quite a ways down now, finally, for NRG.
Yeah, because they're not posting consecutive rounds. Remember, they got the pistol and the 3-0. Then they won one single gun round, got reset. Lost about 3 in a row, same thing happened. So 7-5 has to be the full eco at this point. A couple of PT50s, a flashbang, that's about it. This round won't equate to anything too exciting, I'm afraid. Cirque, that's ambitious, even looking towards the bridge with just a silent USP, but he does lift the tail. MP7 for NAF, and that'll just be holding up and going in as a group, I'd imagine, towards B.
Breezy back under the atrium. Pretty straightforward and obvious from that picture exactly what the plan is from NRG with the pistols. Not the first time they've tried to stack in this game. They had the 2 FAMASes and Breezy off-site last time. Speaking of, he gets 1 kill, but Taco with 2. They'll try and rotate the remains of that stack over toward B, knowing that they likely will head that direction after the first exchange, but with the man advantage and the guns still on the better side of Liquid, it may not matter. And I dare say it won't. Boost up makes things interesting if they can get away with a headshot. Daps gets 1, falls off, but good response from NAF. Had to get away cleanly to give that any chance, really.
I think Fugly can do much of this. It's a CD-sided map.
I know, you missed me.
It will be Fugly trying to do what he can here, but it's going to be the 8th round for Liquid, almost certainly. Unless they really mess this one up. There it is. Final kill comes in. More expensive than it had to be. But, boom. Not going to be planted. It's just about there. It's going to be the orb dropped by Breezy towards Cirque. MP9's out again. Is clutching at straws every single round, it seems. They can't find their momentum. They need to establish himself on the CT side. They need something to go in their favor for a few rounds just so they can have all the utility, all the weapons, the option to go aggressive. And Fugly's got 16 kills. They only have 5 rounds on the board. Ethan should be one of their stars, 3 and 9. Daps, the in-game lead up, 4 and 7. So, Cirque did speak towards these steps and did spot 3 players, but went for the reface and flashed off. We'll have to use a smoke here, and he's going to be challenged. And Fugly still finding that good form, but Cirque certainly not. Down he goes. Fugly, I feel like he's going to get a couple here, but maybe not. Taco proving to be excellent once again. Breezy will get 1, but it's a 2 versus 2 and a long rotation coming in from Ethan, who's only got that MP9. He can't really do much until his teammate arrives.
2-2 post. Elige Pit. Daps working out directly with his teammate and Ethan, and the MP9's not really going to favor much from range. So they need to close the gap. Flash to try and start that off. That process of throwing the flash, though, has given NAF information that they're certainly coming that direction. Smoke as well, because again, Ethan needs to get up close and personal, but NAF was never fooled. He covers off one side of it, and his teammate and Elige cover the other. 9-5, they grab the AWP to carry over, and we get to our last round of the first half with what was a 6-5 game, and I just finished saying it was much closer, now starting to spread a bit.
Yeah, all of a sudden it disappeared, didn't it? The competitive aspect of the first half, it feels like Liquid...
In part, due to the fact, like you said, they couldn't string. That was when the money started to break.
Sure, so they had that 3-0 start, and that kind of misleads you somewhat. You think, okay, it's still 4-4, they've got a chance here, but all of a sudden they start getting reset, and you can see once the money starts to establish itself, who's the better team here, who's going to be running away with it, and it's looking very likely to be 10-5 for Liquid on the T side of Inferno, as they bring out the CZs, a UMP, NRG that is, and they'll have to try and hunt for a kill. You can see they're pushing towards Banana. They can't just rest in their laurels and hope that the T's just walk into them one by one. It's not going to happen. Liquid just look too efficient right now as they go for the default again, pushing anyone back with the Molotovs, and they'll try that same approach here towards the Banana area. There it is, and Daps has to get out of there, but Nafly's waiting, takes him down.
Molotov, or incendiary, if you want to get technical. Thrown, bounced, and good play from Ethan to capitalize on that as Twist was slightly distracted. Delige, though, will catch off. Circuits down to Breezy. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, Henry. Taco takes him out. 10-5. You nailed that one. Hit the nail on the head, I think is what they say.
There's some people do say that, and you're welcome to as well.
Thank you.
It will be 10-5, and NRG, this best of 3 might not be their best work. It's looking like it'll fall down 2-0, but you never know. They did manage to win the pistol before. We'll see if they can do it again. Got the 3-0. They're definitely going to need that once more. But Liquid just look too poised right now. They look too good as a unit. And that was on the T side, and they're obviously going to be even fighting even harder on the second as they go over to the counter-terrorist forces. We'll take a little bit of a timeout here. You do get 2 minutes available to, if you so wish. Most teams just ready up straight away. You know what you're going to be doing. You don't need to discuss the tactics here. But if you're this far down, you never know. There's the Team Liquid logo. A lovely pony in CD Spawn.
Pony? Is it? It's a pony, is it?
I think so, yeah.
It's not just a horse?
No, it's a pony.
It looks like a horse to me.
A great stallion. Magnificent beast. And that's just me.
The Italian stallion. So shots down from the top of middle. Last time, I shouldn't say last time, but in the first half, we saw NRG rush that position. Pincer off the banana portion of the map. Ethan, good jumping shot to catch Elige. Breezy's going to wait, so it's the opposite push from Liquid, baited into it, and well played, well held. Oh my goodness, Naf almost turns it around. Thankfully, Breezy spotted him as he jumped by, or they would have been sitting ducks. And it's Nitro left, so it could be double pistols for NRG. And that might get you to 16-10 if you still look for that scoreline, Hank.
Could happen. Nitro will be nothing to do with this situation. It's a very clean sweep from NRG, focusing that B-bomb site, hitting every single kill. Breezy getting the majority of them with 2. Ethan and Cirque to join in, and that's both pistols going in favor of NRG, but the scoreline's still 10-6 against them, so that does not bode well. But still, here's Nicholas trying to do whatever he can. He's going to make friends with the chicken. For anyone who's not aware, you can press E on the chickens or your use key, and they'll follow you around the map. What a lot of fun that is.
I do it all the time in Deathmatch.
Yeah.
Try and collect chickens. Most I've had was 11.
11 chickens? Well, there you go. That's got to be some sort of record. Can we get
It was
Guinness on the phone?
Inferno. I'd love to get Guinness on the phone, but not the book.
What? You want to get the drink on the phone? What does that even mean?
I don't know. But listen, don't get technical. Just go with it, Henry.
Get the drink on the phone. But yes, let's get into the next round, shall we? It's going to be number 17. This is a chance for Liquid. It's not guaranteed to be a 3-0, especially on the CT side of the CZ. So many nooks and crannies to hide in and cause crossfires and mayhem. As Naf after PT50's got that one smoke, but all it takes is one mistake, one player stepping out of line on the NRG side. It could all fall apart very quickly indeed. They'll go towards B, the tighter choke point of the map. I prefer to go towards middle after about 45 seconds, try and push that area back for utility. Going towards the B site, all hell can break loose very quickly. So many options for the CTs to go towards. Got the boost in CD spawn and the site, the fountain, the new boxes, the coffins. There's just too much for me. I don't like this. But we'll see where they end up. They've got the Mac 10 to throw in first. You want to be sending in daps with that, just so you get the information. Is there a 5-man stack on the other side? If he gets one kill, gets traded out, did he see anything more? Did he hear footsteps? It's all about the intel and sending that Mac 10 first. His teammates don't want to commit with him. We'll see if that's the play here. He's currently there at the top. There's that one smoke from Team Liquid as they try to funnel them back towards A. Time could become a factor here. Still just under a minute, but Cirque will be flashed up towards middle and try and find the first kill as he spots out Taco.
Gets daps down, Breezy. 2 kills on the AK. Cirque's gonna run in next. Takes out Taco. He's sitting in the open. Surprisingly gets taken down. Nafly. I thought he was getting committed on by the other 2 players, that he wouldn't have an angle that was completely free of charge. Somehow gets the kill. Drive-by shooting on the second. Does very well. Picks up an AK. He'll concede the round. He's happy with the AK to carry it into what will be the first gun round in this half. So I say that, excuse me. I thought there were 2 rounds in. I can't do math. They're 1. So either way, it's an AK that's going to be carried over. Not quite the same approach that I was going for on that logic, but still significant.
Well, there we go. Naflight certainly can cause damage with the AK. Unfortunately, his teammates wanted me to bring out firepower with him. That was the force buy from Team Liquid. 1, if you ask me, wasn't really required. You've already got a 10-5 lead. You might as well just take the full eco and close things out with the guns. But they will be hamstrung going into that first gun round. They'll be having to take compromises in some form, maybe no kits or no helmets. We'll see as the game develops. Maybe even no op. Trying to get that solo kill. Does take down Breezy. That's actually quite influential. He did have saved the AK. And a PT50 he can drop for a teammate. That goes down. He'll give that to a friend. Who does he like the most? It's going to be Elige he likes. As he'll throw it over.
There's your odds built into the game. 6.23 to 1.1.
There we go. NRG. A lot of work to do. Still possible. Need that 10-8 though. Can Naf shut them down. He's got armor, AK, 1 flash. I would say the flashbang could be everything. They go for a 4-man stack. And we'll see whether he can be set up here.
Twist aggressive. Cirque And Daps, the openers, Naf gets the response. And that AK does pay itself off early enough in the round that they can perhaps build on it more so if they can get the second gun that is down inside of Banana, which they'll do now, if I'm not mistaken. At least, yes, he has got it on the way by. He's got the MAC-10 to work with. Nitro trying to hug the smoke and be somewhat surprising. Problem, though. Breezy's got a shot. Naf in by the smoke, finds yet another on the AK. Nitro to assist in doing so. 2 versus 2, and double AK picked up. Liquid certainly has a chance at the round now. No armor for Nitro, but position will be key. The one-shot potential of the AK certainly still benefits, as Cirque, 6 HP, wants to commit to getting the bomb down as fast as he possibly can.
2 AK-47s. Remember, this was the round where Liquid invested almost nothing. NRG back with the upper hand at this point, but Cirque very low. Are we holding up? And do the CTs even go for this? It could save the AKs, considering they are very limited after the force buy in the second round. We'll see what they opt for. Maybe just going to try and hold the T's on the bomb site and see what's available to them. As the smoke towards the pit, though, they'll give it a little go. Cirque has to this shot. He won't be able to do it. Time ticking away, but still a viable chance here for Liquid.
Oh, good play from Fugly. The fact that they have no kits, the round's already done. Naf's going to have to try and get away with the AK. Fugly will survive. Okay, he's going to get aggressive and go out the other way. He should still survive on this. He should still make it to top mid, and he will. Cirque knew, as you said, they didn't have a lot of investment. That round was close, and there was one identifying moment in it that really opened it up, that made it pretty obvious. Yes, they were going to go for the retake. They had a smoke. They had a Molotov. They had a chance in it, and they were confident on that. But as soon as Cirque identified the fact that they could get the bomb down, he rushed out even with 6 HP to do it because he knew kits was the bigger problem, and they didn't have to commit to the peaks.
Really like that play from Fugly as well. Smoking in front of the broken wall position. They're jumping up on top of it. You could see how detrimental to the retake that was. They stood no chance to get that first kill. No kit. Nothing they could really do with it. Nitro bring out the first AWP of Team Liquid, I think, in this series so far. I don't think they presented a single one
That's
on
actually
cash.
insane.
So we'll see whether this works out. I like this boost. It's always a lot of fun as he'll look over it and look for anyone towards the underpass. Very common position for Tees. Will they overstep the line?
That's the hard part.
They will. They are aware of it, though. They know that's one of his tendencies. They pre-fired that position. It's normally on the left-hand side you go for that boost, but he's just watching towards that underpass and will be punished for it. Taken down by 52 points of health.
So 1 bullet from the AK, and Nitro scurries back toward the arch side. They're going to go bait and switch on that, but we don't need to mention it yet. Keep it in the back of your mind. If they do go that direction, I imagine, and it already has, that it would change by then, because right now action toward B. Contact not yet established, as Elige will be the first to do so on the defense. Naf directly beside him. Same beside and above, finding 2 kills in the end for him. Elige found 1 and then went down, so the advantage to Team Liquid on the retake. Bomb planted at the very least for NRG. This time a little bit more to work with, but still no kits.
That's very true, actually. This could be a bit of a problem here. There is one on the floor. You can see it in front of Nitro in his crosshair. Fugly knows he has to actively work for kills. He can't just hang Breezy out to dry and hold towards Banana. He's going to be looking towards CT. It's actually working out quite nicely now, the 2 versus 2, but not for long. Nitro strikes with the AWP. They know where Breezy is. They can at least have an educated guess as to where he's residing. For the time ticking away once more. That should be the round completed at this point, as he even doubles down. Both kills in his favor. And just the human rubble of corpses there towards CT Spawn. And there will be NRG looking quite competitive now in Inferno.
Part of me wants to think that Fugly took that duel and got aggressive towards CT because he identified that the kit was down in that position. Hard to say if they don't have another one, but good chance someone's going to rotate that direction on their first gun round to pick it up. Not all 5 of them are going to have kits. And then in doing so, found a kill and got information. And you're right, NRG looks very good to start off this half. Much better. Okay, won both pistols, 6 rounds out. Only got 2 gun rounds in the last half, but much better already this half in that they've broken the economy immediately, and they're doing it somewhat convincing in that the bombs are getting down. It's contested in kills early on, but it's promising for NRG.
It's definitely promising. And on the cusp of maximum loss bonus, Team Liquid can buy up the CZs and the armor here. 3 sets of armor, and at this point, NRG just going to be running the tight default. Don't have to do too much here. Slowly get that banana control and try and do it as quietly as possible. Molotov, I think, slightly missed. That's actually fine. Just going to be sending Nafly off. He still has a slight angle. That's why I thought it was a bit off. It wasn't quite deep enough. The fact that he didn't get that angle was a bit odd. But there we go. He'll get the first kill. Take down Cirque. So ideally, you want to be Molotoving the very corner quite deeply so the CTs can't peek on it at all. Then you can focus on the sandbag position, and they had the worst of both worlds at that point. Wasn't quite deep enough for either. 50 seconds and a boost in CT spawn. Alige put in this position just to bait in that boost. He'll try and actively show, even if smoke goes down, but Naf trying to get in front of it, doesn't even want to boost that. It's kind of surprising. And it will be the full B commitment as Alige goes barreling in. Gets nothing for it, but Nitro certainly does. Surely didn't anticipate.
Oh, good play, Fugly. Good swing. Again, Liquid's contesting and making every round close, but NRG is doing just enough to win those rounds, and as such have the economic advantage, which is significant on the T side of Inferno, and in their chances of pulling this into a comeback, there will be a maximum loss bonus for Liquid the end of this round. If we get that far, Breezy finds both to collect. 3 in total in the round for him, and we've got a tie game, not enough double digits for both. Just to note, we've gone to overtime. SK versus Vici Flash.
After they got beaten 16-1 in the first map. I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, Vici Gaming, 16-1, and it was a comeback from SK to get to... I don't know what the actual scoreline... I could look it up, I suppose, but I know that SK had to force 15-15. So, yeah. I've got my... Well, I talked a little bit to you about it between games. I've got my opinions. To me, the Stewie thing almost became an afterthought of a failed attempt to build a super team with Simple, at least based on what was out there for speculation and some insider info. And they broke up the Brazilian bond, and I don't think it's working.
It's definitely not working. I don't think that's even an opinion at this point. They haven't made deep playoff runs since he's joined the roster. I think the most promising event they've had was Dallas, and that was nothing really to write home about. I feel like they've got a couple more months, and they'll assess months, and they'll assess their situation at that point. But for now, until they lose that series, you can't really comment too much.
No, sure. That back, right? It's just my, I don't know. It's what I've surmised from a distance in the last month to 2 months since it happened, or I guess it was the end of March. It happened, so or thereabout.
10-10. NRG, both pistols in their favor. Will be a tactical timeout, I'd assume, from Zeus, the coach of Team Liquid. Naf with 21 kills. Nitro not having the best run. He's on 11 of 15. At the top for NRG is Breezy, a player we don't really talk about that much, really, with this lineup. We normally talk about Cirque, Ethan, Fugly at times, adapting game leader. Breezy is kind of one of those sleeper players we don't really kind of discuss in depth. He'll be at the very top, 23 kills, 15 deaths. Great stuff by him. Certainly been instrumental in the success of NRG in the second map after getting blasted on Cash. They're looking like they could be taking this one, but still very early days. They've got a great start in terms of momentum on the T side in the second half. Can they maintain it, though? That's the question. Even with a 5-0 start, they've already tied things up. Liquid with the full bank accounts at this point can buy the AWPs, the rifles, or the incendiaries. And we'll see whether they start deploying that aggression towards B and getting those incendiaries down. They sometimes even throw 3 incendiaries just to get full control and push everyone back. It's Fugly on the right-hand side of your screen, was often seen in a CLG jersey for the longest of time.
That's true.
And was dropping out of the scene for a while. They kind of bounced around the kind of lower tier North American teams. Like CLG was probably his heyday in like 2015, 2016.
I mean, CLG did the same thing, to be fair, but I get your point. He wasn't part of that, all of that.
Yeah, so he's back. It's probably the most prevalent team he's had in a long time. And he's actually looking pretty decent, like rejuvenated. Like, it's probably the best looking Fugly. That's kind of a funny thing to say, but we've never seen. Who
names themselves that? Yeah. How self-depreciating.
But here we go then. We're back into the action after the tactical timeout there from Liquid. M4's no AWP for Nitro. Not really feeling it today, I guess. He did try to pull it out for the first gun run. It didn't really work out for him. More comfortable with the rifle. That's one of the problems, not having a proper AWP in the squad. Nitro can pick it up. You're having a good day, sure, but what happens when he's not? Who's going to go for it then? Twist can pick it up, but then you're mixing the whole formula of the squad. For me, it's messy. I wouldn't like to deal with this, but it's been working very well for them. So what do I know? Either way, 1 minute 30, and we're going to see Daps at the very top of the half wall. He'll be actually pushing past. He's got that Mach 10. That's not going to do too well. I say that. It does actually take down Alige, who had no helmets. That's a key factor. 4 versus 4. Certainly favours NRG, but that nade doesn't. Ethan takes it, swallows it, as he goes down to 51 points of health.
Twist and Taco. Nitro, NAF, TTNN. That's the split for the defense on the respective sites, although they're not exactly on the sites, not in the case of the Ends, as they want to get into Banana. They'll establish a presence for NAF and then back away. Cirque still working with his teammates to try and get a presence toward A. And it looks increasingly at 46 seconds like that is where the bomb will end up. Good timing on that nade. Damage done to Cirque puts him on 67. Every little bit helps. Does reveal that Taco, okay, yeah, fair enough, is toward the arch, but he's quickly going to back off that position as it is. A Molotov to slow them down further. 30 seconds on the take. No information yet on Banana. If NAF peaks, and he has done, the rotation should be confirmed for Nitro, and he's gone. Taco and Twist are holding it down on their own, overstepping ever so slightly, though, and Breezy, who's looked very solid on Inferno, I have to say, finds 2 further kills. Unfortunate for him, he had to go back for the bomb, and the plant, therefore, does not commence for a further 3 to 4 seconds. That allows the rotations to be much closer. Nitro knows he's inside of the site because they've already cleared the default position as NAF rotates around, and Liquid will finally get their 11th.
You're absolutely right there. And that was a really nice crossfire you could see coming in from Taco and Twists, managing to get the frags between them. Taco taking the aggression, gets that first kill, hides up, baits in his teammate. Twist gets the double. Breezy gets the bomb down, so he keeps the money nice and strong for his teammates, an extra $800 per player. Once the bomb is planted, for anyone that's not aware, and Liquid maintain that lead, but they need to find consecutive rounds here, just like NRG did in the first half. We can see this new addition. We're not going for decals on the wall anymore. We've got augmented reality built within the server. It's a new addition. It looks great. You look great, Matt. You're back as well. And
I've been working out, Henry.
I can tell.
Thank you.
Been running on that treadmill?
No, I hate treadmills.
Okay. Swimming in that pool?
No, mountain biking.
Mountain biking, okay.
But that's I've also just been going. Let's get back to the game, Henry.
You're saying that for once. Hell, okay. He has changed. It will be 11-10, and we're going to see the Galil for NRG. You can see not the best buy, but they know they can break Liquid if they do pick this one up. So Fugly have almost no grenades whatsoever. Lesser weapon for Daps, but if they can squeeze this one out, it will be fantastic for them. Potentially even map winning. We will see. 11-10 the scoreline right now. No orbs available on either side. Molotov's going in towards top of Banana. Flashbang to be deployed by Ethan. He wants to duel here, and a couple of awkward situations for himself. Haven't seen the best side of him today, I don't think, at least. As they'll get the B control. Once that's established, you know you've taken vision away from the CT. So you've got about 30 seconds here where you can operate towards A and potentially have 2 players still at that B bomb zone. So that's absolutely perfect so far. NRG, though, have a surprise package. It could be Taco arriving with the MP9. If he times this well, this could be 2 kills with the lesser weapon. Does he find it? He'll be waiting. Tension starting to mount. Only good for 1, but considering the weapon, that's absolutely fine. And that's going to send them around towards the arch. They don't go towards CD spawn. They're going for the full wrap here.
Twist takes out Fugly. Good hold so far from Liquid, and Elige cuts off the wrap. That'll keep Twist alive, and it doesn't need to be. Elige does it all himself. A 2-round lead, and Liquid finally establishing themselves on the CT side.
This could be Eco as well.
You might nail that 16-10, but I'm not going to give you credit. I'm going to give it to Sean.
Sean said that. Oh, yeah, I kind of agreed with him. He said it first. He can definitely have the credit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's what he was going
Modest
for.
Modest man, Henry.
But I like to be. I definitely had my slice of humble pie yesterday after losing about 5K's worth of equipment and my passport.
That does suck, man. I feel for you.
No, it's fine. It happens. Like the way I kind of look at those sort of things was like, there's a lot more people with a lot worse out there.
Yep.
I'm absolutely fine. I'll sort this situation out. They're like, please don't feel sorry for me. I'll be fine. It's all good. Like, everyone's tweeting me and going, oh, it's going to be okay, man.
I've got a spare passport.
Yeah? Should I take that?
Yeah, I've got 2 of them.
Good day, mate.
You're Canadian. That's not Canadian at all.
Good day, man. So yeah, we'll try that. Maybe I'll give that a go. That's a joke for the government officials.
You'd be better off with that.
How's it going, baby? Did you say?
A.
A. Okay, not baby. Hey, baby. It might not go down too well at the passport office. Either way, it's an eco. We like to have fun here sometimes. It will be P250, CZs, and Fugly and Cirque. Now dead, of course, as Nafby starts to get warmed up here on Inferno. He'll be good for 2. Elise should be able to close this one out by himself, which he does quite comfortably. 13-10. And what was seeming like quite an exciting half kind of diminishes somewhat. NRG dropping off a bit now, as they will take a pause, get the AKs out. Can't get the Cirque AWP. Daps only on 8 kills, but it will be Breezy with 24. So, I want to see whether Nitro looks at that tactical book of his. I haven't ever seen him use it before. It's there on the desk. Maybe we can get a kind of like CSI sort of enhanced thing going on. Work out what's going on there. I've never really been able to read one of those strat books before. Kind of get involved, see what's going on in there. I've found one in Russian before. I think I found like Navi left theirs on the table once. I looked like it was open. I was like, oh, I would have said it says obviously Russian. He's like, well, not going to help me too
that
much.
doesn't do anything
I'm not
for
gonna,
you.
like, I'm going to get loads of information there. But that's the only one I've seen, unfortunately. I think it was StarX back in the day, one of his books.
Yeah, they're probably like comfortable leaving theirs around more than other teams.
Yeah,
it's not like too many of the teams can read them. Yeah.
Right, here we go. No orbs again. It's been very rifle-centric here. As we get into a round which could decide the victor. If Liquid win this, I would say they're pretty much on the home straight. Elish does get a nice little boost there. Nitro doesn't even jump across. He's going to be going for this straight-up duel towards second middle. Could work out for him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wish we stayed with that.
Yeah, that could have been
because he was super close. I think the pillar between the window and the entry point, the balcony doorway, just protected Fugly from being taken down there. But we'll never know, Henry. Well, I guess we could. You could watch the demo.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not going to do that.
Probably don't have the time this week. Either way, it will be the B control once again. Liquid have been quite forgiving in that sense. They're actually allowing NRG to have Banana every single time. They normally challenge for it. I guess they're not really feeling comfortable with the finances right now. I just want to play a safer game. Allow NRG to use their own utility and get towards the top. Instead of fighting for it, there will be a bit of blood splatter on the wall, but no one really taking too much damage just yet. Twist deploys smoke, and at the 1 minute mark, it's absolutely fine. Buys himself around 15 seconds of solace. As he'll hold up. In terms of NRG, they still have their smokes and flashbangs available, but not clear as to where they're heading up just yet. Oh dear, Taco.
He's still fine in this.
Yeah.
He'll do some damage again.
It's just such a gutting feeling when you throw the incendiary, which costs $600, into a smoke. You hear that tss, It will be the B finish, though. So they're going to be smoking CT spawn, coffins, Molotovs going, and Nitro will do well to get more than one here. He needs a rotation right now. He'll be holding up with the HE in hand. That could cause a lot of damage if he times it well. I think he will. It goes in. Doesn't do too much. Breezy takes it, but flashbang's good. Nitro, there's the first frag. Doesn't really need to go for more here. The smokes go down. Fly will try and go for the double as well. They maintain the man advantage, but not for long. Bombs to be planted, and the 3-on-3 ensues.
Smoke down further towards CT. Deployed, bloomed, and discouraging for that of the retake. Twist is the only one that seems to want to go that direction. I take it back. Taco, I thought it actually already gone inside of the ruins. They go for a late boost. Daps staring directly at that position. Reads it well, and Ethan's going to hold out a leash. Sean, I'm afraid your prediction's wrong. 13-11. NRG not going quietly. Twist will back away.
I think you're right there. So it will be Nitro left alone in that B site. He was good for 1 kill. Now Fly maybe overcommitting with a push through CT spawn. Got the 1 kill. Maybe he should have fallen back at that point, but really went for it. He's on 26 frags, so why not? But it will be the round going in favor of NRG quite convincingly towards the end. More play by them. Keeps them in it at least. 13-11 now. Might be a tactical pause, but I think Liquid have plenty of cash. Might not be required. There's Breezy and Cirque on the very end of the table. Looks like I'm not on the Go TV, so I'm just to look on his screen as to what's going on. We're not paused. We'll be going to the next round, and we'll see the boys do everything they can here to avoid the eco. NRG just working the body right now. We'll see if they can tie things up at 13-13. This will be the round that probably does it. You can see that UMP for Nitro as they are starting to be whistled down at this point.
Daps ready. Flash is high, just hoping to catch anyone toward barrels and the half wall. Collective effort from both Breezy and Fugly to try and catch off anyone inside of the hallway. Over toward A. No one there. Meanwhile, bait and switch set for Nitro. And Taco. Taco finding two without even the help of the bait and switch, just in the open in the perfect time. Nitro goes back out, can't find much for it. Taco's gone down. It'll still leave them with the man advantage, and that Nitro does not overcommit to it. And Twist will fall off now to cover from the pits, smartly so, because Nitro's conceded and gone back inside of the site. Meanwhile, it's on to B, Naf and Elige. 34 seconds, and Elige just posted.
It's such a strong setup, though. There's no way NRG break this one down. Elige's going to be good for one at least. Nafly baiting me into perfection. That's not even the double kill. That's the bomb down. You could tell that one was just too good for NRG to even stand a chance. Not they did anything wrong. It's just so well played by Liquid in terms of the scenario. They played it perfectly. 15 seconds remaining now, and Breezy just trying to find any sort of frags he can. He can't even plant. The bomb's down in CT. He'll be trying to exit, but so much noise being made, there's no chance he gets this kill. Nitro will find it, and that could be the game out because that's a reset. They'll have to buy up with whatever they can here. I can't tell you exactly what it is. I'd imagine around the 2K mark after winning the previous round. Maybe a bit more, maybe like 3. We'll see whether they bring out Galils, maybe a couple of AKs, we'll see. But that should be it. I don't see Liquid really struggling in the next round. They should better close it out after that. It is currently 1-0 in terms of maps, as NRG take a tactical timeout. Naf on the end, and there's Fugly, as they'll work out the place. That's a very sideways keyboard. That's almost a full 90 degrees round.
Yeah, that's insane. I can't. My hand would not.
I've already given myself RSI when playing mobile phone games. So I did that. While you've been away, I've been playing that Arena of Valor game.
Arena of Valor, yeah,
I've actually given myself RSI on my wrist. Not through CS, actually from that.
That's unbelievable,
so
Henry.
that just hurt my wrist looking at his position. I was like,
these guys are lined up.
They really are. That's cool. Having a little hen party over there?
Yeah. That's actually kind of funny and really unfortunate at the same time. That 90-degree keyboard, I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. The most I think I'm comfortable on an angle with is maybe 45.
It's possible. It just doesn't feel comfortable. I'm doing it right now. We'll get back to it. We'll kind of we'll do some research. But the PD50s, the CZ, like I said, is going to be desperate. One rifle. That's all they have. A MAC-10. Lose this one. It's series points, and the money will be well and truly in the bin. Maybe even worse than this. As we'll see whether they can get anything done here. Still possible with the 1 AK. Always possible. Any round is. It's just unlikely. As they go towards the apartments, going to go for a flash attack, I'd assume. Flash off the chimney. Hope for the best. Here it comes. It's going to need time on their side, but Nitro can really be good for one. The bomb's down. There's sort of fighting chance here. Cirque might be able to get this kill to CZ. That should decide it, though. And that's going to be the end of ETH, I'm afraid, and maybe their chances in this series, as the 15th round is found, and they will only get $1,900 into the next one. So you can see Liquid with the fist bumps. They're feeling pretty confident they can finish things off right here, right now. I would be fist bumping those two as well, because I feel like that's the exact scenario that's about to come in. It'll be more of the same here. SMGs, couple of pistols, maybe one rifle, not even that. Pistols across the board. So could be coming to its logical conclusion here. NRG 2-0 against them, playing against Liquid here. But you never know. There's always a chance of the CZs. They'll just be rushing B, not quite, but certainly probing towards this side of the map. This is the aggression I was talking about. I didn't see much of this so far. Elige didn't quite spot Daps there, so he'll be taken down as they try and finish things off here. Nafly with the second frag. Can't find the third just yet as they look to recover the rifle here, but it's just getting melted in the flames there. Now probably goes down here, I'd say, but there it is. Gets one more kill and pretty much puts a bow on it. It'll be Fugly and Ethan in a 3 versus 1 now. Fugly 12 HP, and there we go, Matt. You can close this one out.
Thank you very much, Henry. It's a pleasure. I was going to say I was going to close this one out, but Fugly's got other ideas. But either way, you're right. 15-11. He's on 12 HP. Bomb is down, although grabbable behind him. It should... I'm going to give it 20 seconds. Nah, maybe a little more. But it should go the way of Team Liquid. Fugly's going to give it his all. I think he's highly anticipating the fact that there was a second player toward middle that was getting a little more aggressive. It serves to buy a bit more time for Liquid. $12 HP. Liquid's elected to split themselves up. Henry, what's so funny?
I just like the fact that, like I said, I threw it to you to close this one out. I thought it would be 10 seconds or so. But Fugly's actually got a fighting chance in his position. Depending on timing, he could actually get the bomb down here. It looks like the timing's worked in his favor. He's in towards the pit right now, and they know it's not going to be B. So unfortunately for him, with Taco towards the apartments, unless he gets his plan absolutely spot on.
Nah, Taco's already heard him drop in. He knows where he is. Easy peasy. So they'll get the defuse, 16-11. I think Taco heard him as soon as he jumped off the balcony. Okay, a little bit of fun.
That's him. And there's the defuse. It will be 2-0.
Thank you for closing it out, Henry.
Great performances there from Liquid. So good on Cash. A little bit bumpier on Inferno. That's to be expected. It's a map that everyone plays very comfortable on. But overall, a good performance. They lost both pistols, remember that map. So still, quite a convincing victory.
Yep.
It was 16-11 in the end, not quite the 16-10, but with both those pistols still against them, that's still a very good result. I think the squad's looking great overall. I think an AWP against stronger opposition is going to be a bit of a factor. You see Nitro, the times he did bring it out, struggling with it. So a good kind of test for them to kick things off. Cirque, shaking hands there, he did not really have the impact that was required this particular game, but still, NRG, they're not out of the tournament, but that's not a great start.
Yeah, well, exactly that. I mean, this is a long event. We've got best of threes all the way through. They're certainly not out of it, but it doesn't bode well, especially, I think the case in point is, okay, it's much better looking than what the original scoreline was on Cash, but the fact that they got both pistols on their way to do so, or on their way to doing so, I should say, is concerning nonetheless.
Well, there it is. Liquid, who are your finalists over in Dallas, will be making a pretty solid mark here in the first game of the tournament so far. Like you said, it is a very long tournament. Lots of best of threes, can be quite tiring. Long week, we don't have the breaks this time, remember, as well. So it's going to be straight up Counter-Strike the entire week. So it will be a kind of testing tournament for a lot of these teams, but I think that's a great start for Liquid. And hopefully they can keep it up and maybe kind of look into the AWP situation. It's Nitro. If he's having a bad day, the team's in for a bumpy ride, right? That's the headline, I think. If the AWP can't be brought out, it's a bit of an issue.
Yeah, and I think you're right in saying, I mean, they got away with it this game based on their opposition, but when you go up against a more formidable opponent, not only just in general, but as someone else, that when you have to take the op duels, when you have to go around with another opper, that's going to be a huge issue if you can't find those quick peeks and get those angles. So they did try the one boost, but that was red.
Do you know where we're going next?
We're going to an interview.
Oh, lovely. So we're just preparing for that. Any final thoughts you want to bring to the table?
No. Good to be back, I guess.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
Enjoying yourself. Bit of Inferno to get things off. You haven't seen Dust 2 yet, have
I
you?
haven't. I would like to.
It's a lot of fun.
I've heard it's a brand new map. It's never been around before.
It's quite cool to watch still. It's just like pure deathmatch. It's so fast paced. Everyone's just using spawn right now. So it's like everyone's just dropping off. You get the long spawn, they're taking it straight away. And it's like the game lasts about 10 minutes, but it's really cool to cast. You'll see like some really exciting teams like Liquid. If they got the AKs out, you see them just going around as a pack of 5, like Wolves, just absolutely blasting everyone at the water. It's a lot of fun to watch. We're seeing more teams get comfortable on it as well, so that's going to be cool. Liquid definitely play it, and so do Astralis, but luckily they're not here. So they can maybe bring it out a few more times. I don't think many teams will play Astralis on that map after what they showed
probably
over in Dallas. They were way too strong. So Parler's getting ready with the interview.
I think he's ready.
He is ready.
I think so.
Go on, show us how to do it. Throw it over.
Paula, over to you.
Much, Matt and Henry. Great to have you guys here. I'm here with Naf from Team Liquid. 30-30 on Inferno. It was your map pick. How are you getting these performances out of yourself in situations like that?
I mean, like, I don't know. I think I'm playing great. Our team's playing great. We're all feeling really good off the Pro League final run that we had. So right now we're just really confident in everything we're doing, and the maps we got, we're fairly confident on them, especially Inferno. I feel like that's our best map, so I'm kind of surprised that they let it in. But yeah, on Cash, we won both pistols, so we're fairly confident. And then on Inferno is our best map. Lost both pistols, but still, it's our best map, so we're confident.
Yeah, when you originally joined the team, there was some talk about what kind of impact you could have, and your team were very hopeful that you would have a large impact, and you certainly seem to be having very good, consistent performances. Is it to do with the way you're thinking and playing and your confidence, or the way the team is allowing you to play?
I think it's just like a lot different from the previous teams I played on, especially like right when I joined Renegades. Like I said, like I just want to play my game. I just want to play how I want to play. I just want to do my own thing. And if that helps and it helps the team overall and we get the wins, then I'm doing something right. So I'm happy. So yeah, just coming to the team. Nick's calling is pretty similar to Stan's, which I played fairly okay on. So yeah, it fits me well with Nick's calling.
Let's talk about the maps we ended up on in this first best of 3 of your tournament. You start off on Cash, that was NRG's pick, and then finished it out on Inferno. Were you happy with how that veto went, firstly?
Yeah. I think like obviously our Cash isn't. I'm not 100% how good our Cash is really. I feel like we haven't really played it that much, especially on LAN recently. But yeah, we won both pistols on Cash, which helped. I don't think we got ecoed really on that map, so yeah, that just helped a lot. And then just going into Inferno is just our most confident map for all 5 of us. So yeah, I think just Inferno, we just knew we had it in the bag on Inferno for sure.
And going up a team like NRG, which you have some experience against online, do you feel, well, going into this, were you quite confident? I know speaking to Taco Taco earlier today when we were before the match. He was feeling pretty ready for them as opponents.
Yeah, I don't know. They seem to be a very strong like online team, but they can't really seem to translate it on LAN. But I don't know. I'm just gonna take it as just they have like a lack of LAN practice. Really, they don't really get to attend a lot of LANs. But now they're actually attending a lot of LANs. They're getting a lot more practice on LAN. So I think that just like the more LANs they go to, they'll just improve overall. And yeah, pretty much that.
And what about the format here at StarSeries I-League Season 5? Do you enjoy playing best of threes and being able to start your tournament off, you know, having that option?
Yeah, honestly, I love this format. It's just like you just play like a shitload of CS, and just like I remember last time I think we played like 20 maps the last time we were here. So it's just here. It's just like a lot. It's just good practice, and it's just a fun LAN to play. So honestly, I enjoy this format a lot.
Awesome. Any final words to everybody watching at home?
Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much, Naf. And let's head back to the analyst desk.
Yes, in